Morning, everybody. Welcome back to Maz, and we made it. It's March. I figured I would just get this washed off. I did a last-minute run after you guys left me, after you abandoned me in the fields. We, if you recall, got that extra woodlot and that sliver of land at the end of the last episode. Well, I don't think I cut any of the trees down when we were together, but I did sort of cut and expand the field a little bit just to make it kind of a little more even. Trust me, we have a ton of trees still to cut down and work with over there, but let's just leave that there for now. So I added this little bit of an additional overhang. I love these little pull-through overhangs, so I added this one onto the end here, threw in some lights, and put a pressure washer in there so we can make sure that our equipment is nice and clean all the time. So I know two things that we're going to plant today, and I'm a little on the fence as far as beyond that what we're going to do. So this field right in front of us here, this will be what's a farm without a wheat field? So we're going to plant wheat there. Ideally what I want is straw, so we can feed the BGA, and then obviously we can take the wheat from there, and perhaps we can get birds or something by that time and feed all that wheat to the birds. But yeah, that field will become a wheat field. The field on our main lot, the original lot, will be grass. It'll become grass, probably just. Ultimately, we'll probably just make. If we don't get cows, we'll probably just make silage. Actually, I probably should get cows. So maybe we'll either do hay or silage out of that field. I don't know what we're gonna put in the fields. We've got the little sort of triangular field that we bought down sort of the direction I'm looking. We bought the field, cut the trees down, and then bought this field beside it and merged them. I don't know what I want to put over there yet. I don't know what I want to put in here. So as you can see, this is the expanded field here. All I really did was just go straight up the edge and cut down a bunch of trees, because you remember this sort of jogged off to the left of where we're looking right now. Well, I just have it now jogging off to the right. Tons and tons of trees still to deal with over here. As you can see, there's a number of trees in the woods here. I did have some additional stuff I cut down and just pushed off to the side. As we're looking for things to do, basically what we'll be doing is cutting trees down. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to chip them all right away, but everything will eventually get chipped. Possibly we'll purchase that business from the gentleman in town there, so he can make some wood products for us. I think that'd be kind of cool. For a little diversity there, mix it up a bit. I don't know. This looks so swamp. Like this looks terrifying. I just keep thinking there's a face gonna pop up in there, or a body's gonna float to the top. Watched too many movies, I think. Yeah, so I think as we get planting the grass and the wheat, hopefully by that time I'll start. I'll have an idea what to put in these other fields. So basically, we'd have two more fields to figure out from there. So I've only got $24,000. We paid. I guess I have leasing costs. Between leasing costs and property maintenance, it was about $1,300 or $1,400 I paid when we rolled into March. So by no means super expensive. I mentioned something about wanting to sell these trailers and pick up a truck option that I thought might do better for us. So there's the truck. I bought the truck. This was a brand new truck when I bought it. What the heck? It's just destroyed already. Or maybe it's just dirty. It's probably dirty. Anyways, those are black trailers. But anyways, yeah, so I bought this truck and trailer. So the capacity now goes from 40,000 liters, which is what these two tandem trailers gave us, to 52,000, I believe, here. So another 12,000, which is great. Truck's awesome, drives well, and it drives well until you put anything in it. And the second you put something in it, it becomes extremely unstable. and very prone to tipping. Don't ask me how I know that, but yes, it does tip quite easily. So I don't know. We'll probably try one more round of wood chipping and harvesting with it, but I don't know that I want to be. I don't really want to have to be as careful as I need to be with this. It's a little unfortunate, but all right. Well, let's check our stocks and see what we have in dollars. Perhaps there's some stuff we need to sell. I got to generate about 100 grand so we can buy a seeder. Oh no, I probably need to generate more. Let's say I need to generate about $150,000 so we can purchase a planter and some seeds and some fertilizer. So let's take a quick look at our inventories. Okay, inventory. We still have 5,000 liters of oats. We have 528,000 liters of wood chips. Whoa, that price is way down. Shoot. So we're coming. Let's look and see. Yeah, we're not going to see. It's funny that says high price of 658, but we know that with our sell point, yeah, 768. I guess it's just registering. It's probably just registering the map pricing. I don't understand what that means, but right now it is a low. So we're in March, and this is only going to go. Whoa, it's going to plummet. All right, well, shoot. It's not like we have a shortage of wood chips on the map. And if we sold everything right now, we'd make $400,000. If we wait any longer, we're going to see prices plummet. So as painful as that is, we may want to do a bunch of laps right now and sell wood chips and just dump the inventory that we have and then stockpile over the summer. We'll just be careful with our spending over the summertime. Perhaps we'll find other ways to generate some income. And yeah, we'll go from there. So some of this other stuff, though, is stepping up here. Sunflower oil is basically right there. Raisins are right there. So I mean, we could also sell sunflower oil, raisins, and even grape juice. Ooh, and our solid fertilizer, although I'm going to want to use some of that fertilizer. All right, I don't even remember what we have for a trailer. Do we have a trailer? That's the trailer that goes to our truck. That's the liquid trailer. These are the two wood chip trailers. We have this trailer somewhere. There it is. I think that's hilarious. Okay, well, you know what? We could set pallets to spawn right now, and we could take a run to the supermarket before we start anything. Let's do that. So we're saying sunflower oil, raisins. Oh no, grape juice. The amount of pallets that grape juice spawns is crazy. Okay, well, I mean, that stuff's got to get sold. You know what I'm thinking? For the small penalty that it's going to take to sell this stuff on the hour, I think we might do that. Because that'll save us the drive. So we just missed it. So at 8 o'clock, that stuff will sell, and we'll make some money there. And in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll grab our truck and trailer here. We'll run some laps. Yeah, let's sell some wood chips. I think also we'll get to the point where we've got. Well, we may put somebody on it. Actually, we'll get started here, anyways. At least till we get to the point where we can purchase our planter, which is really what we need to do today, anyways. But yeah, so it's gonna be a bit of one of those days maybe here on the old ranch. Yeah, that's a huge price drop for wood chips. I guess I'd never even really considered that the wood is so stable in pricing that I hadn't considered wood chips would fluctuate like it looks like it will. All right, watch this. I mean, I get it. The physics is, I mean, they're top heavy, right? But they're just super unstable. And the crazy thing was when you drive these things and they're empty, they're rock solid. So I guess I was surprised that they would be so unstable. I expected a little bit of instability, but I was surprised that they're as unstable as they are. Wow, this is probably the least money we've sold wood chips for, because we should be able to get over $1,000 per 1,000 liters. And right now we're down to like $700 or something. So it's a little unfortunate, but you know what? It is what it is, I guess. It's just the time. Oh, patience. So this is an area here that I'll probably so the next round of trees that we'll cut down will be kind of all the ones along the front here, and then we'll build this little pad out here so we can turn around a bit better. Oi, oi, oi. So have you watched the first episode or episodes? I don't know whether 1 and 2 is out already or just one of our Ireland to France, our new mission on Castleknoll. And if you haven't watched it, do you think you will? Can you go give it a watch and let me know what you think? Curious to know what you think of that map. A couple people reach out and say they weren't even really necessarily aware of that map. There was a couple other channels, like bigger channels, legitimate channels that did series on that map. I want to say Scroff did one. I don't know if there was a series or whether he just was playing on the map. I want to say he did it, and gosh, there was somebody else that I had seen. My love for that map, but you just have to drive around the map for a little time, and you quickly realize just how nice it is. So a couple of people told me about a placeable, like a fixed wood chipping factory, I guess, where you can just haul the wood over and then it'll do the chipping for you. I will check that out. I was told by one person that they thought maybe the outputs were a little juiced, and that it might end up being a little bit on the cheaty end, but we'll check it out anyways. I mean, I like the setup that we have now, but I mean, it does require some manual input, which is tough. Like actually jumping up onto the wood chipper to chop, like, so if something gets stuck on the conveyor, you got to get up there with your chainsaw and chop it up and make sure that it gets in there properly. The trees that are the most lucrative are also the biggest pain in the ass when it comes to getting them into the wood chipper. So I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm willing to put in the the effort and the time it takes, because I know how what the end result is. Lots of wood chips and then lots of money. Okay, that leaves 320,000 liters in there. That means approximately 6 more trips. And that price was plummeting. So we already have enough to get our planter, which is good. But I'm also concerned that if the price continues to plummet, these chips are just going to sit here locked until really the fall. So we're not going to see a price as high as it is right now. So the market estimators are telling me if they are off, then we may be prematurely selling some of the stuff that we could sell later on. But I think what I'm going to do right now is run laps until this stuff is sold, and then I'll be right back and we can go do a bit of shopping. All right, I think we're down to more or less our last 2 truckloads, and it is almost 8 o'clock, so we're going to see momentarily what we get for the items that we set to sell versus store. I think there was also a couple things like mixed salad and something else to send to the market stall, but I don't know. So we, in the last episode we decided to go. I believe the term was balls to the wall when it comes to the forestry, the wood chipping, and taking down every tree possible. Was sort of what we kind of collectively agreed. I said it, and you guys all nodded in agreement. Don't forget. So now all of a sudden, these smaller productions that we've got placed don't necessarily have the same impact or meaning, I guess. We could maybe look at larger productions like we've seen on Comlands. I don't want to get into like 20 different kinds of productions. If we get cows rolling, then I want to make sure there's a dairy, because we obviously will have an abundance of milk that we can pump into that, and then that makes sense. If we're doing harvesting grains, then I would look at, you know, something there. Creating greenhouses to feed productions. Maybe we'll get away from that in this series. I don't know. See how stable this thing is? Like, I can just rip this thing around when there's nothing in it. Yeah, last 60,000 for probably 3.5 more in-game minutes until we see what sells. Just so things don't get confusing, I think we'll once we sell this load, we should probably still have a couple minutes until the in-game sell happens. Oh, it's gonna get mixed up with whatever power we have. Let's get this sold quickly, and then we'll go see what else we can expect to sell at the same time. Now watch when I hit bumps. Look at the suspension. It's like a totally different truck. Like, whoa. Oh, don't fall over. It's just wild how the load changes the dynamics of this truck and trailer combo. I wonder if maybe if I went with because you can lower obviously the capacity. So I wonder if I did that, maybe it's just this one because it's so tall, and once you lose the mesh part at the top, I think it's still a pretty decent amount, and I kind of like this better than the trailers, like towing tractor with some trailers. Like, I like the idea of using a truck. We're also of note getting $500 in environmental bonus every single time we sell now, rather than paying like $1,200 in penalties. Massive swing there. Yeah, so there's barely any electricity in there to sell, because of course, because we haven't been putting anything into it, so we've got nothing to ferment. So let's see. I did not actually look to see how much we had before and how much we had after, but that's how much we made. Whatever that was, whatever that amount was, that's how much we made. All right, we're gonna take the last, 8,000 liters or whatever, and sell that. Might as well, we're here, right? And then I'm gonna find a place. We're definitely gonna park this. We may just leave this right on the wood chip sell point, actually, because there's no point in bringing this back to the main farm, because all of the chipping and everything, for the most part, is going to be done over here. You know, if we want just for security to keep this over there, we could, but this seems like a decent place to keep that. So anyways, we'll hang on to that for now. It is super sketchy though. All right, I'm going to change those productions back to storing for now, and then we'll go purchase ourselves a planter or seeder or whatever it's called. All right, I think we got that sorted out. So let's go head over to the store. So I got to remember, I don't need to purchase fertilizer. So we should compare. So I have the bulk purchase, and from what I understand, the pricing is supposed to be pretty decent for anything in the bulk purchase. So we're getting $1,600 per 1,000 liters when we sell fertilizer here. I can't remember. Is fertilizer somewhere near $1 per liter? Well, actually, so the price we can sell solid fertilizer for right now is actually still better than this. So we could sell all our fertilizer and then turn around and buy it here. Yeah, and then there's this one where it's $1,800 for 1,000. Yeah, this is so hard to compare. I can spend $1,000 for 1,500 liters, or I can spend $1,800 for 1,000 liters. Like, is that not the same? Is that now not $2,100 for 1,500? Oh, wait, how much is this? How many liters is that? Please, in the next farming simulator, make this stuff make sense. So here it's about $1,400 per 1,000 liters. You know what? It's so close. Why screw around with it? I guess what I was thinking is I could sell the solid fertilizer that we've been manufacturing and then just start buying this fertilizer in the bulk and compare the prices. I think the last thing we'll do is we'll fill up, we'll just fill at the bulk purchase that we have, the fertilizer in the planter that we're going to get, and then we'll see how much that costs for a final comparison. Assuming that it fluctuates with the markets as well, but Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, good save. Thank you very much. I'm gonna run in and make a purchase here, kids, and well, I guess I gotta figure out whether we. Great. Now I gotta decide. Cash flow, right? Let me take a look and see how much things cost, and then we'll figure out whether we're gonna lease it or whether we're gonna purchase it. Because I still have this tractor on lease. I don't know. Let me go figure it out. I leased it, $5,400 right now. I think even when we're not using it, it's like, I want to say it's like $1,200 a day or something like that. So we'll work with that for now. It was either that or spend $105,000, and I just figured, you know what, if we can maintain a little bit of cash flow right now, we may be better off. So I'm certain used this or are currently using this somewhere, but I just like it. It's 6 meters working width, holds fertilizer and seeds, and it's also not unrealistic because there are a couple versions of this type of 6 meter working with fertilizer and seeders that I think the capacity is like 20,000 liters for the seeds and fertilizer, which is crazy. So this is a good option for us here. So went with a from the Bednar collection. I went with a dark and a light gray and some matte black rims. Anyways, yeah, let's go. We'll go hit the bulk there. We'll see what the material costs us to fill, and then we'll go put the wheat in the first field, and then we'll come over here and we'll put the grass in this field. That'll be awesome, to be honest with you. And then, so because, yes, so the question of whether or not once I plow, do I need to spray for weeds? I'm realizing that I may spray for weeds anyways, because I didn't actually, like this field here, I didn't plow the entire field. I only merged and then plowed the parts that weren't plowed, but everything else that had already been touched, I just left. So I don't know what condition. I'm assuming that'll come up with weeds. $1,600 liters, $1,700. Okay, I mean that's not a bad price. It's a little more than $1 per liter, but that same $1,600 would have cost us a bit more otherwise. So there it is. All right, I mean that seems pretty decent. 3,000 liters for $2,000. All right, we have wheat selected already. That's good news. Let's go check this out. I want to utilize Courseplay and Auto Drive in this series, but I also kind of want to run this through here myself just because I find it satisfying. Alternatively, what I might be doing here is we may do a couple headlands and then just put a worker on this, and then we can go get ourselves into trouble somewhere else until it's time to go move this over to the other field. We really got to decide what we want to put in those other fields. I can't put canola in until later on in the year. Canola is always a favorite of mine. That's of everybody's, I guess. It's a lucrative crop, but it's also not plantable until like the fall, I think. Wonder if I can smooth this out just enough that it will allow us to plant there. Oh, better than nothing. I try not to sweat the small stuff when it comes to things like this. It'd be too easy to spend an enormous amount of time trying to correct something that was really tiny that may have resulted in like 25 liters of wheat. Funny, there was a point in time early on in the series where, I mean, I was talking about, how are we going to survive the winter? What kind of opportunities are we going to have come the spring? Will we even have fields? And yeah, I mean, things really took a positive turn for us. Oh yeah, I think this guy's already put like potatoes or something into the field next to me. I think my favorite part of this planter or seeder or whatever it's called, I can do that all the time, just mix it up, is the beep it makes when you lower it. I wonder if it'll make sense. So if we start to see a bunch of harvesting contracts pop up, maybe this summer we may want to grab ourselves a harvester and the equipment, and while we're looking for things to do in the summer, we may want to go mental on contracts so we can get that straw. For $280,000 we can buy the BGA on the map, and we could potentially just offload our BGA for spare parts and go industrial. Yeah, look, now when I run this way, I'm getting another texture. Let's see what happens if I run down here. So then I end up with stripes in the field. Thank you for stopping. I love how he slammed on the brakes so he didn't run into me. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite planters. Yeah, so it looks like if he's going to swing like that, he may run into problems with that telephone pole, but I'm sure we'll get a message there that lets us know. All right, let's look at the map here. Okay, so this will be a wheat field here. This will be a grass field. Maybe we'll make this a grass field also, because then it's nice and close to our fermenting silo. And this can be something, and I don't know what. Let's see what people are putting in the fields around us already. So we already have a wheat field next door. Oh yeah, look, potatoes. Oh, 2 fields of potatoes. Okay, so the sort of aspirations that we have for these fields right here, we may want to wait until after that's done. Gross. Yeah, so what do we place right there? Do we have an oil mill? So we have a bakery. Oh, with a collectible right there. I would guess that so the bakery's $50,000. Grain mill, I believe, is this. But this thing doesn't look cheap. But here we could probably make flour. Geez, so for like almost $150,000, we can buy the grain mill and the bakery. But we're only going to have, one wheat field, and then perhaps whatever we purchase. So I'm just thinking out loud and not very well. Yeah, I don't know that we're gonna have enough capacity right now. We could probably feed these. We wouldn't have enough basically to make it worthwhile. What is a biomass heating plant? Is that where you just put your silage and whatnot and turn it into heat that you can sell? Yeah, looks like it also looks like it's not available for purchase. Just a straight up sell point, I guess. All right, so I mean, on the map we have so we have a number of places we can deal with wood. We have a grain mill, so flour and whatnot. We have a bakery, so we will eventually own these. Spinnery and tailor shop, so that would be for wool or cotton. Other productions, that is the carpenter, of which I believe we should look at purchasing that, and we'll start feeding wood there. Anyway, sorry about that. My phone rang, and now I'm completely thrown off of where we were at. I know we were just kind of going around looking at productions here, but so wood, grain, and wool, / cotton would be our opportunities on the map here. It doesn't look like there's anything for oils. Well, and BJ obviously, but it doesn't look like there's anything for oils or whatever. So that does not necessarily help me decide what I'm going to put into this field. Nothing like diversification. I think we're just going to put wheat in this field too. I'm going to put wheat in this field too. Potentially we'll have the opportunity to buy this one next door at some point once it's all ready to rock. And then, somebody had told me that when you want to make flour, wheat is not a great option. Oats are your better option. We do get straw off of oats, and I can plant oats right now. Okay, that's it. We'll plant oats in the other field, the triangular field or whatever, and then we'll plant wheat in this one. So look at that, how it stripes. All right, while our friend is busy planting for us, I think we're going to make an investment in the local business. So this is what I don't like about Farming Simulator and the way it is right now. You know, there's a production in town there, the carpenter. I don't know what I can make there. It doesn't actually tell me. I assume I'm going to be able to make some kind of planks and maybe furniture, but it doesn't actually say that. And it doesn't tell me what the turns are. It doesn't tell me, like, it literally tells me nothing. The only bonus though is I think I can buy it and then I think I can sell it if I don't like it and not have it cost me any money. Actually, we're going to double check that theory right now. It's $50,000, that the carpentry. And I just want to make sure I want to see what it's all about, basically. So yeah, let's back in here. Yeah, probably forgot about this trailer. I don't know how I forgot about it all the times we struggled with it, but okay, let's go see what that carpentry is all about. Or should we assume that he owns this Bronislaw? Should we just call him Bronny? Let me see if Bronny's home. Okay, good news. We now own this. Oh, we have a collectible here that we'll be able to pick up at some point. So I'm going to guess. Let's take a guess just based on what we see kicking around here. We have beams. We have what look like short planks. Oh wait, wood planks. Furniture. So maybe this guy makes furniture. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see what kind of stuff Bronny's into. Okay, well, there you go. We can make furniture. That's it. Furniture worth anything? Yeah, I mean, furniture is not the worst. $2,200. And what do I have to put in to get furniture? So does that mean that if I put in 4,000 liters of wood, I'm going to get out 5,000 liters of furniture? Yeah, that's actually not bad, right? So if I put in I'm assuming that means for 4,000 liters of wood, I'll get 5,000 liters of furniture. And at its high point in July, I believe it said, that's worth $2,200, which is more than what we've been getting for wood chips. What's wood worth? Yeah, so it's like double what wood's worth. Okay, but it's really only one time per year that is worth selling, I think. Yeah, really only July. So we'd have to stockpile furniture and then every year in July we have a big furniture sale. It's when IKEA comes knocking and we sell all of our stuff to IKEA. So all right, I'm cool with that. So this will only hold 30,000 liters of wood. I guess we're just gonna go pick up some trees and figure out what that's worth, or how much wood is in those trees. So I know I have some smaller trees already sitting here on the ground. I think I would probably still discover that wood chips are perhaps more lucrative, because when you take a piece of wood, for example, and turn it into chips, it's sort of like, it's like a multiplier. It ends up becoming the volume increases somehow. Don't know how that works scientifically, but all right, we're not worrying about the length of these, because in the end it's volume that we're putting in, not we're not being rewarded for having the correct length of log here. So really, we just want to jam as much wood as we can into the trailer here, of which I definitely did not place correctly. Worker D is already taking a break there, claiming that they don't have any more material. So hang on. All right, we'll figure this out in a second. Let's go get that taken care of. All right, so I think seeds were up here somewhere. There's seeds. There's fertilizer. So seeds is early, fertilizer is late, as far as when that trigger connects there. All right, let's get this guy back to work, and we can go figure out our new carpentry over there. I have a funny feeling that carpentry is not going to be super lucrative. Or what's going to happen is we're going to have to store a lot of pallets off campus there, because there's only, I think it said it will hold 4,000 liters of furniture, so 4 pallets. So we're going to have to be spawning those, and then we're going to have to be moving them. I always like to turn on all the lights and then see what the worker actually retains. Oh, yes, in this precarious position. I wonder if there's a couple pieces that I can just grab. How heavy is this? Oh, 1.8 tons? The phone call I got, unfortunately, was from my oldest kid here, letting me know that it looks like the weekend's races are canceled, which sucks, because this weekend is our local race, and instead of being a 6-hour drive, it's like a 10-minute drive. But we've received so much rain over the last little while, and unfortunately where the track sits, it's quite low, and essentially it sits on a swamp. Basically, it's not the most ideal place for a motocross track, but they seem to luck out every year. There's been some epic mud races at this track, but this year, unfortunately, it looks like we're SOL, because when I know this, because like we were riding over the weekend, and like there's a couple places that if you went off the track, you were going to be waist deep in water, just because of the way they've managed to move a lot of the water off the track and off to the sides and stuff. But it's there, like the water's not going anywhere. It can't go in the ground. There's nowhere for it to go. So if you end up off the track, you're getting soaked. So yeah, that really sucks. I was looking forward to the short drive. Both kids have been training really hard, and they're excited for their home race, but that's okay. The following weekend, the following 2 weekends are racing. This was supposed to be week 1 of a 3-week stint, and the next 2 weekends are both 6-hour drives. So great. My oldest kid was turning, or was, he still is, his birthday's not canceled. He's turning 18 this weekend. And so we had family coming into town and to sort of watch the race and celebrate his birthday. And the whole thing was sort of set up nice. But I guess, what that means, rather than going to the race, I can put my stepfather to work on my 78 Honda that I got in the garage that I haven't been able to do much work with at all. So since getting it, so I can get him. I don't have any work planned for that day, so I won't be with family in the house. I won't be making videos. I'll be doing family stuff. So that'll be kind of cool. We can get some work done there, I guess. We always wonder what it'd be like to live in not this, like, especially since motocross, there's like a lot of big camps and training facilities, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, obviously. I mean, we're on East Coast, so there's a lot of that. And I sort of always wonder, like, oh, it must be nice to have the weather they have, the climate. But then, then you see hurricanes and tornadoes and everything else that happens. I'm like, oh, I mean, it's a bit of a trade-off, I guess. I think we'll grab that one other piece that's sitting there on the ground. We'll get that loaded up, and then we'll see. I don't know what this represents as liters. I know I could go through and piece by piece, I could probably mouse over it and do the math, but nobody wants to do math. Oh, and in the meantime, the worker is done in the field, so maybe before we head over to the new carpentry, we'll go move the worker over. Oh, jeez. I don't know if you picked up that noise, but one of the geckos just launched themselves onto the... I have a couple of geckos here. One of them just launched themselves onto the glass. This freaked me out. All right, I feel like we should do one lap around the field just to make sure that... I'm not going to worry about these little bits right here. Let's just make sure there's not a big patch that was missed. Oh, everything tips so much. I have all the REA mods on, the center of gravity. I think center of gravity is really what's causing me the most tipping. But yeah, it does make things tip quite a bit. Despite the thinking that I won't need to spray these for weeds, I think I'm going to spray them. Look, every single time we come through here, there's somebody crossing right there. All right, so what I'm curious about here, I've seen in so many cases like Zorch Farming, for example, where he's utilized workers and then they've gone and started planting the wrong field. So I'm going to run a couple headlands. I'll run 3 headlands on the section where it connects with the other field. And then we can hopefully guarantee that the worker's not going to go start planting the neighbor's field, because then I'll have to buy it. Now, the only bonus, I guess, is the neighbor's field already has oats in it. So I'd be putting the same crop in, but it's a purchase that I don't really want to make right now. I don't really want to buy more fields that are just going to sit stagnant until harvest time. I think the merging of these fields, though, worked out very well. Like this went from being a small field with some woods to an oddly triangular shaped field next to it to a decent sized field. Probably should mouse over it and see what the actual acreage is, but it doesn't really matter in the end. It's not like knowing is going to change my plans, but yeah, it's a reasonable size. I think we want to make sure our workers stay out of there. It's not like the river that goes through Comlands that creates ghost tractors. Looks like everybody's lost some tractors to that river. And then it has a weird dynamic to it when you do lose a tractor in the river there on Comlands, where it becomes a ghost tractor, where in some cases it actually continues doing its work, but you can't do anything with it. You can't sell the tractor. You can't get in the tractor. You just have a worker who's, assumingly possessed by the farm devil and won't respond. The farm devil is also the one responsible for, insect takeovers, like invasive species eating your crops, storm damage. That's the same farm devil, by the way, in case you were wondering. All right, let's see what happens with the worker when they get down to the end over here. I think they should be fine. I essentially did 3 passes down here on the water's edge. So there should be no reason why they should get close to the creek. Yeah, that's perfect. Man, remember the days of trying to tow this trailer with that little tractor? Tough beginnings. Oh man. But you know what? Every time you start a map like this, you just persevere and push through, and in the end, you figure out a way to get it done. then you know, the farming gods smile upon you, and things start going your way. This is just me thinking out loud, but those 4 fields right there, that would make a fantastic field. And then they all come with woods up on the hill there. You know, just saying. Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. So I could put planks in here to build furniture too. And then is there an advantage? I don't know what the advantage is. Yeah, so we'll just do that. So that one load there was 11,000. So one more reasonable load and we should have this full. And then our buddy here, Ronnie, could go to work and make us some money. So I'm assuming the $2,200 that we get for selling 1,000 liters of furniture is after his cut, because obviously, I mean, I've invested in his business. You know, with the $50,000 I paid, he gets to buy some new tools and, you know, perhaps put an air conditioner in his house and whatever. I get market value for the furniture, and then there's probably some type of additional commission baked in there or something for him, but don't worry, he won't starve. He'll be good. Okay, so for now, we're going to focus on the trees we can handle and leave the oaks alone. Let's just get the stuff that we can get to about 30,000 liters worth of, so I don't think putting the sort of oak trees into the carpentry probably doesn't make sense. We should save those for the wood chipper. First of all, they're way easier to transfer into the wood chipper, and I think the multiplier that is applied from the wood chipper is probably more lucrative for us when we sell the wood chips versus, you know, I just have this feeling that if you get, you know, if a tree's got 10,000 liters of wood in it and you put it in the carpentry, the carpentry, you're getting 10,000 liters of, you know, recognition there. Whereas if you chip it, you're getting, you know, that all of a sudden becomes a lot more. Yeah, so it's 3 times. This is a 100 liter piece of wood, and it says volume if chipped 300 liters. So is everything like that? Is it a 3 times multiplier when you turn it into chips? This one is 1,000 liters, yeah, and it's 3,000 liters if chipped. So it definitely, it's a 3 times multiplier when you put it into the wood chipper. Yes, that's why we like it so much. I guess too, if for whatever reason we end up with more than 30,000 liters of wood and it won't take all the wood off this trailer, leaving this trailer down there is not the worst thing, because we could also stack pallets onto it on the other end, right? So as it's generating the furniture, we can use the trailer to store stuff. Actually, maybe that's not the best idea. I think we're probably going to we'll need something else, a container of some kind or whatever. Not enough room for a shed down there where you could store things, so a warehouse, I guess. We could potentially put a warehouse on our property. No, I don't want to do that. But there's that green space that we have, which I'm still unsure about what I want to do with it. At least we could watch over our inventories, but you know what? We'll come up with some other good use for that space. Oh, okay. The guy's done. Oh my God, that looks amazing. Oh wow, this looks great. Man, this whole map is gonna literally come alive here. All right, that's fantastic. All right, well, let's go fill up again. I want to get some more seeds and some more fertilizer, and then we're gonna head over to what will be our new, pretty small grass field, but a grass field nonetheless. As you've seen of late, I'm not the best at anticipating what the final edited result will be. So I think we had an hour and 20-minute video at one point there, and then another hour plus video. Anyways, nobody was necessarily complaining, and I didn't see a lot of thumbs down. Oh yeah, we got to plant that too. Did we say we're going to plant that? I think we said this for grass and the other field for grass. So here, let's just back up while there's no cars. Oh, there's a car. Sorry, man. I honestly didn't mean to just cut you off. Oh, wait. No, don't block. Let me just get in there. They're laying on the horns. Canola's like in the fall, right? So if I can do this grass right now, then we'll get at least one cut off of it. And if I can expand the field, i.e. cut down a bunch more trees, perhaps we can plow it out. And then by the time canola hits, we'll be ready to replant this with canola. But at least we'll get one thing of grass off of here, right? It's always the same thing. Just as we're ready to go take a load of wood over, we got to throw this thing in the ground. But honestly, that's okay, because there was already 11,000 liters of wood over in the carpentry, so it's not like everything's waiting for us. So am I right in saying that a grass field, so I should probably come through, so I think I should come through, so I'm gonna spray everything. I'm gonna spray for herbicide. I'll spray the grass fields, I'll spray the regular fields, I'll spray everything. That will take it anyways. And then I think I probably got to come through here and put down another helping of fertilizer, don't I? Can't remember what the whole deal was there, but I know we're not turning any kind of a real positive color on the mini map there. Yeah, this one's a little treacherous. We're like right next to that swamp. Definitely going to want to clean along the side of this field. We're ducking tree branches here with our camera work. Oh yeah. Hopefully I can sell that hunting tower too, that lookout. I have no need for it. So if somebody wanted to buy it and put it on their own property, that'd be cool. Either that or it's going to become firewood. Whew, okay, not as important to run a pass down this side, obviously, because it's nice and straight, so I don't think a worker's going to have too much problems here, but I do want to run at least 2 more down at the water's edge there, 1 more over in the forest, and 1 more at the top, and then we'll send the worker. So by the time we're done, they're not going to have a ton of stuff left to put seeds into, but getting a lot of rocks here. I was more worried about the other end. If I get a worker is blocked message, well, then I know what's happening. Plus, I'm not sure what they're going to do with that little lump that sits out the side over there, but I don't even feel like we need to watch it. Let's go deliver. Wait, what were we doing? All right, let's go deliver this wood. Oh, whoa, what the heck? I got in the wrong vehicle somehow. All right, if I have an opportunity, there's a car coming, but if I can back in, I think I'll be better off because then I don't have to worry about coming back out. So let's just quickly see if we can't just back this thing in. Okay, and immediately cars from both sides. Okay, guys, stop honking. These people are unbelievable. Like, they can see that I'm trying to back into a driveway here, and they just start laying on the horn. Okay, come on, Byron. What the heck? You guys aren't making it any easier for me. Yeah, don't honk. You are not allowed to buy my furniture. I guess I'm going to leave this trailer here for right now. Because there's no sense bringing more wood over until we get some pallets out of here. Because he can only produce if there's space to rid himself of the pallets. So, whoa, we just paid $6,000 in leasing costs. I mean, we're only leasing these two things, and that's what the workers have been going hard on here. Oh God, $256,000. I mean, if we bought these so we stopped paying the leasing costs, $256,000, that would leave us about $150,000. So we're in one of these weird situations where we have availability of lots of potential, like we have lots of wood that we can chip, but we know the value is just dropping like crazy. All right, so this will be grass field number 1, and then we're going to move on to grass field number 2. Let's go there now. One good thing, that field barely used any seed or fertilizer. I guess the funny thing too, as I'm just constantly blabbering here, but so our wood chip selling station, which is effectively double the value of the MAP's going rate for wood chips. So even when that gets down to like $500, which is half the price of what its high point is that we've seen, over $1,000 per 1,000 liters. So even if it gets down to that $500 mark, that's the high point for the MAP's market value for wood chips. So if I kind of look at it that way, if I sell wood chips at $500, it's not really the end of the world. I mean, yes, I'm costing myself $500, but without that specialized selling station, we would be a high point to $500 anyways. This is a crappy little spot to have to run this here. Not a big fan of this corner over here. May want to put in some more statues. But yeah, so if I keep convincing myself that that makes sense, then I won't feel so bad selling wood chips at $500. All right, so this is where it all started, folks. This was our home base initial map. What? This was our initial field right here. So it's cool when you look at, like, so if you go and look at Krustoo's series, and then you go and look at Farmer Mike's series, you go and look at Zorch Farming series, and I believe even Milk That Hen. I know I saw one episode. Are you still doing it? I think the first episode was like a time-lapse episode, wasn't it? or just a ASMR episode where it was nothing but gameplay. But yeah, if you look at all of our endeavors, we all have taken a crack at this piece of land here because we started with it, right? I mean, I think everybody cut down trees. I believe everybody actually turned this into an expanded field here too. But yeah, it's just kind of neat to see what everybody did with the starting plot. All right, so that should work out well. Yeah, so I guess we can start talking about the next episode. So I think between now and yeah, so okay, so March 2nd, I'm gonna do a little research, and if it doesn't cost any yield, like if I go in and roll the fields right now because there's rocks everywhere, but they're planted, when I roll into March 2nd, or maybe the next episode will even be later today, to be honest with you, because I can plant and then roll. I think that just helps compact the seeds into the soil and helps them grow, right? And at the same time, it might help squish the rocks down. Is that right? I may just want to ask a question in the community tab there. And then probably that most recent woodlot that we bought, where we started clearing it a little bit today. I think I may want to go and just chip that entire lot, or have the chipper over there, and as we have work to do, make that the work that we do, because then once we'll get our first run of grass, so probably March, April, May. My guess is like by May, June, we should be able to mow that, and then that's pretty much the same time as when canola is ready, so that's good. So yeah, so we may clean out this entire woodlot here on the side, get it all chipped, build this pad out a little bit bigger here. Perhaps we can, I mean, knowing that we have, so in production, I'm going to be all over the place on productions. So we have a bakery and a grain mill that we can purchase in town here, which is good. So if it's on the map, I'm going to use it. But what we don't have is like an oil mill, for example. So any of the oil stuff that the crops that produce oil, all we have are little mini, production buildings over there. But if we swap those out with a bigger one, this might be a good place for that. And then the rest could be grass field, really, or canola field later on this year, like I was saying earlier, and I already forgot. God, this game is brutal for that, man. You'll come up with a plan and then change it, and then change it, and then change it, which I think somebody said that's what plans are, right? Who said that? If this is 9,000, that becomes a 27,000 liter tree. And if there's 10 of these, then that's almost 300,000 liters. If there's 20, it's 600. We could end up with 1 million liters of wood chips out of this, is my guess. And you know what that means when you have 1 million liters of wood chips and it becomes $1 per wood chips, you've got $1 million in wood chips. Crazy and doable. So yeah, that might be the next episode. Rolling and the beginnings of clearing this entire lot. So I'm going to leave you guys there because I think we've been recording for long enough, honestly. I think it's a couple hours, but I think we're off to a good start here. Sven is over here on the lot planting grass for us. Our wheat's in the ground, our oats are in the ground. We have another grass field that's already planted, and then the ghost tractor over here, who definitely needs to be washed, is picking away at this field here, which is awesome. So thanks for everything, guys. We'll see you again soon here on the map. If you haven't subscribed already, if you're not one of the over 1,000 people that have opted to subscribe to the channel, then get on it. Subscribe. Thanks. See you later.